Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash. Double honors to the head elders and apostles, a great millstone who will teach well. Also want to give a shout out there to the hopeful elect, to Yahawah, and Yahawah who are sincere in this truth, as well as believers of this word, but not just believers, but doers as well. And again, to you, I'd like to say shalom. Lord willing, all right, this lesson will be edifying through the spirit and power of Yahawah by Yahawashi. Okay, but let's get straight into it. As you can see, this is Bill Gates. Matter of fact, it says the People's Voice.tv. It says Bill Gates unveils plan to microchip all babies worldwide before they're born. And hey, here it is right before your face, man. All right, now, brothers, we brought this out. I believe we spoke on it during the Birmingham sit-down camp. Okay, just last Sunday. All right, but here it is. Right before your face, man. I'm gonna read a little bit. It says Bill Gates has declared the CDC's childhood vaccine schedule, 72 shots and counting. Is it nearly enough? Whew. This nigga said it ain't nearly enough, man. It says now he wants to go even further by injecting mRNA into babies before they're born. That's right, in the womb. This devil said right in the womb, man. All right, but I'm gonna put the link of the article in the description box below, man. Okay, you can definitely read it for yourself. All right, but I'm gonna get straight into these scriptures, man. All right, to show you. Look at this damn demon, man. You know what I mean? Oh my fucking God, yo. It may be the thumbnail, man. It's a spirit. All right, but this is a devil right here, man. This is what you call a devil. All right, and over here is the prophets of the Lord, stone with the head elders and apostles, a great millstone. All right, on down as well as the like-minded brothers that teach the same doctrine. We constantly tell you never trust our enemy, man. All right, but we know 2/3 of our people are not gonna listen. Okay, they're gonna continue to trust upon this guy. All right, which is gonna eventually lead them to taking that C-hip. Matter of fact, we can start with that real quick. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 36 and verse 6, and it says, "Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed." Now, when you consider a staff is something that upholds you. Okay, it keeps you stable. All right, but the Lord said, "What again? Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed." It says, on Egypt, which he said Egypt here, Babylon the Great, which is known as spiritual Sodom and Egypt. All right, you should know why by now. All right, so the Lord's telling you it's a broken reed, man. Okay, it says whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. So if a man lean upon this staff, it's gonna ultimately snap and pierces you, man. All right, it's gonna ultimately break, meaning it's not gonna keep you up for long. It's only gonna keep you up for so long, man. All right, you still trusting in that same staff, man. All right, but here it is. You lean upon it, it snaps, boom, goes into your hand, and the Lord says, so is Salakia, so is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him, man. The so-called white man. All right. The so-called white man. Ultimately, for all of you who trust in him, put all your stock upon him. Okay, you know what I mean. You count on benefits from the so-called white man. You always going down to Egypt to seek for help. We often bring out that Isaiah 30. You rebellious children. All right, that walk down into Egypt. Okay, seeking for a covering. Hey man, this shit it's eventually going to break. It's going to snap on you, and it's gonna put this big ass splinter in your hand, man. All right, and that's very well equivalent to the MOTB, man. The C-hip, man. All right, here it is eventually it's gonna come a time where the staff is gonna snap again, and that it's gonna go into your hand. That's again to equivalent to you laying down your hand or wherever the hell, it could be like the brother said, your left butt cheek. And eventually it's going to snap, and they're gonna put that C-hip in you, man. All right, and that article very well backs up the doctrine that the apostles been bringing out for years, man. All right, and still counting. All right, you see, that shows you that these are the men of the Lord right here upon the scene, man. These are the men who the Lord is truly dealing with, man. But you still got niggas that still don't believe, man. And that's because a lot of these niggas are really condemned within the mind. They trying to find some type of way to escape prophecy because they see it. You know what I mean? But eventually, a lot of them niggas gonna end up taking it too, man. All right? Because what? These guys are money hungry. Which, going back, really, they trust on Egypt, man. They trust on this fucking fiat currency, man. Okay? And we constantly bringing out, man, hey, never trust our enemy. Matter of fact, let's get that. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 12, and verse 10. It says, never trust our enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Okay, the Lord said never trust our enemy, man. Eventually, he's going to be revealed. Matter of fact, let's continue. It says, though he humble himself, go and crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. Eventually, he's going to be revealed. All right? You're going to see that spot. It's going to show, man. It says, set him not by thee, lest he have overthrown thee. He stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, and he pricked therewith, and be pricked therewith. And if I may, this devil really, he want to take your seat, all right? And this to you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, because at the end of the day, what this devil wants, he wants the birthright, all right? And he want to show Yahawashi that you're not fit to have the birthright, man. Okay? Not only is that, he's looking at it like the elder mentioned in the lesson last Monday. He's looking at it like, shit, since I can't get my birthright back, then I'm going to take it. You see, he's going to go his own way, man. All right? So he's trying to take your spot. And that's something you niggas don't understand, man. Because you don't consider that this thing is about governments, man. This thing is about kings, all right, and peasants. Okay? Rulership and dominion. Slaves. You see? That's why, hey, man, you niggas are you're gonna die in your ignorance. Your ignorance is gonna cause you to die, man. All right? It says, verse 13, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come now wild beasts? And that's what we tell you. Like, we telling you, man, like, yo, don't take the C-hip. But you niggas are not considering. So who's gonna pity you when you take the C-hip, man? You mocking, you scoffing. All right, it says, or any come now with wild beasts. Yeah, you niggas are in tune with the so-called white man. We telling you not to trust this devil. But when he come down on your ass, your melanated ass, all right, all we can say is we told you so, man. Okay, it says, so that one go to a sinner and is defiled with him and his sins, who will pity. So yeah, you go to this sinner and you become defiled. All right, you become defiled, man. All right, what it says, who will he that touches pitch shall come defiled, roughly paraphrasing. You see? You want to be just like unto this man. And you ain't got to be right next to the so-called white man, but you can be walking in the ways of his you'll be put on as him, like walking in his conversations. And when I say conversations, meaning walking, your lifestyle is likened unto a fucking demon, man. Likened unto the so-called white man. You can be a product of the so-called white man. That make you join unto him, man. It says, for a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagine how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. And that it is. He said he feel like it ain't enough. You know? This nigga ain't never satisfied. This nigga burning down on the farmland. I think like 98% of the farmland. Now you want to see him the babies, man? Nothing is not enough for this damn devil. And this is what we're doing. We backing it up with scriptures, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahawashi to warn you who this guy really is. Go look at his history. It says, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. And he showed you that with that damn that Max, man. That Maxine, man. That hokey poke. Nigga trying to help you, but he mainly pushing it upon you so-called blacks and Latinos, man. The black and brown community. He pushing it upon you niggas, man, and you don't know what's going on. Niggas arguing with you up and down about taking that thing, man. Why you ain't got it, man? You need to get your life together, man. You need to go and take it, man. I can't, you know what I mean? I'm all at work, niggas, like, yo, I can't ride with you if you ain't got it. Man, nigga, fuck you, man. Because you niggas don't trust in Yahawashi, man. You know, that's a lock you know, for the rule speech. All right? But you just have to give it to you like that, man. Hey, we coming to some horrific times, man. The last thing you should be worried about is how another man talk, man. All right? You should be taking heed unto the message. It says, he will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance, man. And we saw that, with the Maxine. Okay? So we telling you, man, don't take the C-hip, man. That's the message. Okay? Hey, it don't change, man. All right? A different lesson, but same message. You see, this is Revelations chapter 14 and verse 9. And it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahawashi, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with the fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb. So take that MOTB if you want to. It's on the way. All right? You're going to be ultimately destroyed if you take that MOTB. Don't take the mark. All right? And so I'm going to leave it with that, man. Lord, when this lesson is edifying, till next time, I'd like to say shalom.